katapatan ng Diyos. Kaya naman, sama-sama nating balikan o lingunin ang 44 na taon ng kabutihan ng Diyos sa Jesus is Lord Church Worldwide sa pamamagitan ng audio-visual presentation po na ito. Panoorin natin ang AVP na ito.
It was in 1978 when the Jesus is Lord Church Worldwide was born. Not in a place, but in the very heart of God. For how could an atheist become a preacher if not for God? How could a church start within the confines of a school if not for God? And how could a church that spans across the globe start from just 15 students if not for God? Such were the humble beginnings of the JIL Church Worldwide. As the fire of Brother Eddie and his 15 students spread quickly, soon JIL was also in the different colleges, schools, and universities in Manila. As the people grew in number, the need for official services arose. Brother Eddie donated his family's lot in Bocaue, Bulacan for the church's use. Aside from Sunday services, JIL people also gathered every Saturday at Calvary Foursquare Christian Day School, then at Vimapa High School, and finally at Arroyo High School, where a mighty wave of God's revival swept through. The revival couldn't be contained within Metro Manila, that soon JIL began to spread in the different provinces of Luzon. With a growing number of members, JIL started having discipleship and leadership trainings through camps, conferences, and seminars at its own training ground, the Praise Valley Campsite in Norzagaray, Bulacan. Then in 1982, JIL broke borders and began reaching people through radio and television. The following year, through Sister Dory's relentless efforts, JIL's very own school, where both character and excellence are honed, was born. There's no stopping JIL from reaching new grounds. The years 1985 and 1986 birthed new JIL chapters not only in Luzon, but also as far as Visayas, Mindanao, Asia, and Europe. In the years that followed, JIL kept on growing and growing and growing. Then in 1996, JIL entered a new era, that of composing its own songs. Come 1998, JIL's 14-year-long quest to acquire Channel 11 was finally accomplished. Zoe TV was born. JIL just couldn't be stopped in its pursuit for excellence. In 2001, it opened the International Bible College, where pastors were equipped so they could be better in sharing God's message. But JIL's heart is not only about sharing God's love, but also embodying God's love. So in 2008, through the initiatives of Sister Dory, JIL's social arm, the I Care Compassion Ministries, was born. Still, even as the church grew, the harvest field remained vast. More pastors were needed. So in 2011, JIL launched its own Bible school, the Brother Eddie School of Ministries International, where would-be pastors are trained and developed. To further further the church's growth. JIL also empowered its multi-ministries, starting with the launching of JIL Worship. With the emergence of new media, JIL has also been present and active on different social media platforms, reaching out to people through engaging content on Facebook, which now has over 1 million followers. On YouTube, which recently received the Silver Creator Award for reaching 100,000 subscribers, and which now has over 10 million views. JIL's presence is also on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, with followers up to 100,000. And now, in the new organizational structure, JIL has grown from 15 students to 15 operations. Greater Manila Area Operations, Northern and Central Luzon Operations, Southern Luzon Operations, Visayas Operations, Mindanao Operations, Eastern and Western Asia and Africa Operations, Southeast Asia Operations, Hong Kong and China Operations, Northern Europe and Iberia Operations, Southern and Eastern Europe Operations, Western Europe Operations, East Canada Operations, West Canada Operations, United States of America Operations, and Oceania Operations. All these JIL has reached primarily because of God, and secondly, because JIL is more than just a church. JIL lives in every church pastor, in every leader, in every worker, and in every member. Because of this, we know that God will surpass and is already surpassing what He has done in the past 44 years with more for His greater glory and honor.
Glory indeed for those 44 glorious years. Hallelujah!